It is Whirlwind, and here we are. Let's do this. Who is going to take the lead in this series next? Spawning in the northwest position, the red Zerg player, Mechanical Monster from StarTail. It is Life. Up against this blue Terran player in the southwest, who wasn't quite able to handle that aggression. Life has been bringing a lot of pressure to every Terran opponent in this tournament. From Team Liquid, it is TaeJa.
Can Team Liquid take down 3 DreamHack Winter tournaments in a row? That's what TaeJa has to offer for his team here. Can TaeJa claim his 3rd DreamHack victory? The only player ever to do so. Liquid Hero, Liquid TaeJa, both of them exchanging records at DreamHack making history. Of course, Hero being the first ever 2-time DreamHack champion, the first repeat DreamHack Winter champion. And TaeJa's lining up to be the first player to take 3 trophies. But Life, of course, this isn't his first DreamHack. He's played at DreamHack Bucharest. He played at DreamHack Summer this year. And DreamHack Summer, he got to the round of 8, lost against the Swedish player Show. Came back at Bucharest, wasn't satisfied with Summer, wanted to qualify for DreamHack Winter. And he played well at Bucharest. He got to the semi-finals, but he did lose against Liquid TaeJa. 2-0 in the semi-finals, prevented him from getting into the final.
Yeah, Apollo, I have to say, this map, we're seeing a trend from these Terran players, opening up Reaper on maps where some Zerg players are prone to going for a fast 3rd hatchery. But I feel like Life might have learned his lesson after what happened to him, as well as seeing what happened to Jaedong. He's opening up with the gas, probably into that normal pool. And this fast Reaper, I guess, Life is actually one of those players that's not afraid to go for a very fast pool versus a Terran if he thinks there'll be a command center first on maps like this either.
And this map being so prone to command center first, so imagine if we saw a 3 hatchery play or something along those lines.
Yeah.
A massive advantage TaeJa could take there if he's able to get the right drone kills. But as we can see, Reaper expansion, which has been spotted here from StarTail Life, versus the hatchery gas spawning pool build once again.
And he has the Reaper actually rallied to come out and immediately go north. So he'll also scout Life pretty quickly, as long as he maintains his due course. Spawning pool is about to complete. He'll soon have the gas to start up that Zergling speed attack. And the SCV goes to build the command center. So Life sees this, okay, it's on the low ground. Pretty normal setup. There's a long distance to go if any Zerglings wanted to bring pressure. If you wanted to try to sneak past those Reapers and delay it from building. But the factory follow-up is here as well. There's the Zerglings behind the production tab. And the Queens are halfway done. Can TaeJa make anything happen with this Reaper?
Well, we're about to find out. One drone jumps into the assimilator to try and hide. The other drone runs towards the back. Drones actually come off to try to help the other one, as the Zerglings are going to chase this Reaper out of the main base.
Yeah, Life does not want to lose anything to this Reaper this game around. The Queens come out, and that's it. Nothing done with these Reapers so far. Now there's 2 of them, so he has a bit more opportunity to put pressure on. But this is one of those maps that Reapers, there's a reason that people don't like them as much. To get from the main to the natural, it's very difficult. So if he does decide to run past this, it's going to be a bit harder for him to actually get out of life space and could commit with these Reapers very early on and lose them.
So I want to point out one thing here. There has not been a bunker at all, or we actually see TaeJa being a little bit greedy. Without building the bunker, and without adding on a supply depots to start to create a wall, there is a build which Life could have used, where it was mass Zerglings as Zergling speed complete, and he could actually win the game. But through not getting supply depots or a bunker, he's actually able to get a faster 3rd command center here. A little bit greedy, but will power him up further than it would have done usually.
Yeah, it's actually a really good point that Life didn't, his Overlord was there. He saw this. He could have abused it. The 3 Zerglings come up, not going to do anywhere near as much as a full assault would, and he actually will get an SCV. It's something. And he actually trying to get the mule as well that was just dropped. This would be a pretty nice score. It's very low in health, but saved as well. And Life takes a 3rd hatchery.
Yeah, Life does take this 3rd hatchery. This is another map where we could have seen some gimmicky play come out from TaeJa. But Life is well on top of things. He's actually about to send in an Overlord inside the main base. In case that was going to happen. And he should be able to spot the third command center here, knowing that he doesn't need to build a Roach Warren, knowing that he doesn't need to prepare for anything aggressive. There is the confirmation. So a good scout from StarTail Life.
Yeah, very nice piece of information. So I'm wondering now, he knows TaeJa's playing off of this 3 command center style, very late wall, not even getting the bunker. When does he amp up the aggression? He's still putting out drones. I think Life actually is going to try to play to his strength and try to go for a bit more of a macro game where he can get a very high drone count early on and say, I'll just play ball with you as far as the greed goes, TaeJa, and we'll see who can win out with the engagements. This is not a bad map for the counter swings as well because there's so much open space.
Don't you I think the evolution chambers should have come down by now. And okay, he's going to start the lair, then the evolution chambers. I was worried that they weren't coming down at the right time. And with these coming down and the lair starting first, what do you think why do you think he's chosen the lair first and then the evolution chambers? What do you think he's trying to achieve with this?
I mean, the only weird build you could do off of the lair kind of lining up with your evolution chambers is if you wanted to get a quick Roach Warren for some weird speed attack, but that's not something that Life does. I think maybe he was just a little bit preoccupied with the
he's cancelled the evolution chambers. They've gone. They didn't complete, did they?
No,
I was getting worried then. Okay,
good.
so he's got his 1-1 coming down. The layer is about 60-70% here, Nathanius. You think that he's going to get a Baneling Nest immediately and start to look towards a Baneling Speed? No, it must be just for the Spire then.
I mean, if he got a Baneling Nest now, he could have Baneling Speed kind of line up with the completion of his 1-1 and do a Speed, Baneling, Zergling timing. There is the Baneling Nest. I mean, it won't line up with the lair, but it could line up with the completion of these upgrades. It takes about a minute less to complete than the 1-1. But Life's still being active on the field. He doesn't have to commit to any type of attack like this. And there's the scan, and he sees what, I mean, it honestly looks pretty normal as far as what TaeJa sees. It's nothing unusual from Life.
Yeah, absolutely here. Well, TaeJa is setting up his third base. He's gone untouched so far in this game. And he is going to start to get the pressure out there. As his medivacs are near completion.
So he starts a third, actually gets a macro hatchery his main base, still no Spire while he takes this fourth. I feel like they're starting to look at it more like he could try to bring a big attack. The only thing is he hasn't started his Baneling Speed. There it is. But as we can see, it takes about a little bit, almost like 2 minutes. So it won't be done in time for the 1-1. And I'm wondering how much he could really do with this. He's still playing with no mutas, so he has to be saving the gas to commit with these Banelings. He's getting close to 500. Unless he's just going to go straight into his 2-2 and try to play without Mutalisks for a really long time. Yeah, it's just a late Spire. I guess he's banking up.
All right, so 2 drops on the left-hand side here. Has been spotted, and Life is trying to get there, but he also at the same time sends Zerglings toward the third base of TaeJa, finding a way in there. But TaeJa's unloaded inside here. Combat Shields is about to complete as well as 1-1 upgrades.
And he's jumping in. He's behind that mineral line, trying to grab a few drones. Baneling detonation's actually not able to clean this up, and these Zerglings having a rough time, but he will force the lift off, or at least the lift up. A lot of those SCVs cleaned out at the third. Some Zerglings tried to make their way a bit deeper into TaeJa's base, but no luck there. And these Marines dropping. The Hellions are still active on the map. 74 drones to 58 SCVs. Life has pretty much the economy he wants. 2-2 is starting up. TaeJa's 2-2 also on the way. The Spire will be complete in just a couple seconds' time. And TaeJa's bringing a lot of pressure to this fourth base.
He is, and this is going to be where he needs to contest the game, because this fourth base is important for the income of Life. And he is going to push forward here. He's doing quite a bit of damage to these Zerglings, trading really well with the Hellions behind it.
Yeah, Baneling's pushing down this ramp. The Hellions actually still alive, take a lot of paint damage though. And the Widowmine picks off the Queen with some Zerglings in tow. Not bad a trade at all. And I feel like TaeJa, with these Hellions here, if he keeps them parked around these Marines, he can soften them up. The Marines will pick them off very quickly following that. He still has the gas mining. He hasn't actually prevented the economy of Life in any way, just trying to trade versus these units, but still not a lot of Banelings. The Marines are being absurdly cost effective.
This is beautiful here by TaeJa, always picking off these couple of Banelings that come marching in, and every time he picks them off, it's a lot easier for his Zerglings, it's a lot easier for his Marines to be able to go against these Zerglings. And again, nice pickup here by TaeJa, and he's got a beautiful position on this area.
He just has a rally moving down the map. The fourth base of Life has been broken. This is the Dream Terran scenario. Banelings are on the way, but he's going to have to cancel in midfield. Picked off, those cocoons won't finish. There are no Banelings on the map. Apollo 2 in production. Just Mutas and Zerglings versus this many Marines is going to be super difficult. Bringing down the Mutas, bringing down the Queens as well. And the Widowmine detonation is actually helping Life hold this attack for now, but still, this rally just keeps moving along. He's up 30 supply, moving towards the third base. The Mutalisks falling one by one. The Medivacs are dead, but TaeJa just needs to be careful of how far he extends. He's starting to eat up this rally line as it moves across the field. And TaeJa's gonna pull back a little bit, trying to just catch his breath. And scanning, just grabbing some of these creep tumors. I'm very worried about how far he pushes out though without those Medivacs. He got some good trades. He just needs to not allow life to get in by moving with the counter or eating up that rally line.
Well, 2-2 has completed here for life. That will help out, but for how long? As 2-2 is about to complete here for TaeJa as well. We do see drilling claws being researched for these Widow Mines. Zergling's trying to get some damage dealt here, but the reinforcements are going to clean them up quite easily. And TaeJa is going to collect his forces one more time and then go for another attack here, I'd imagine. But Life has other plans.
There's still just 6 Banelings, and in here is Life with this Zergling counterattack, just trying to pull TaeJa back, and he does. The depot is down. He moves in, grabs some of these Marines. The Tech Lab with the drilling claws tries to split off into the main, but the depots are raised there as well. Going for these SCVs, and TaeJa managing this about as well as he could, considering that the Zerglings did get inside. He does have the 3-3 on the way. And Life, I mean, he slows TaeJa down a little bit, but still 62 SCVs, still 3 orbital commands, and a huge army starting to posture itself outside of this third base.
And this is going to be another fight that Life would like to win, of course. He needs to be able to protect this base. TaeJa wants to bring this down. Banelings are trying to roll in here. There is a Widow Mine at the front. Oh, it doesn't actually connect into the Banelings. 2 of them out of 4 do survive. And TaeJa rallying across. That's a lot of units he has.
Life only has 2 Banelings. He has a couple more, 4 about to complete. But as long as these Baneling numbers stay really low, TaeJa doesn't need to do a crazy amount of splitting to take these engagement costs effectively. And he even has a push going on towards the 4th base. He's really trying to just bring the attention of Life to multiple areas. The Mutalisk control is the one way that he can use his APM to give him an edge. These Banelings get about as good a trade as they will against the Marines, but there's still a lot out here. There's no creep outside this base, so it's very easy for TaeJa to move in. And there's the drop, hitting the 3rd behind the mineral line. These Dragons having a really tough time fighting through this choke point.
Oh, the Marines squeeze past the Banelings there. They do survive, and you bring up a great point. The Banelings are low, and that's because he keeps on getting gassed off because the hatcheries are never being able to mine from because they're always being harassed. And the Marines come back one more time. The reinforcements coming to help out. A decent couple of Widow Mine hits, and TaeJa marches forward again.
And Life, he's still managing to try to keep the supply even, but TaeJa beginning to snowball. The 3-3 is so close. That 4th base is critical for the gas in these Banelings. He's not even mining at the 3rd anymore. TaeJa just has too much moving across the field. And up now 30 supply. He's bringing forth these Marines. There's so many Medivacs to heal. He needs the splash damage to get rid of this. There's the 1 Baneling. And that won't even be able to get a connection on the Marines.
Oh,
so
and now when Thor
well
comes in, and that get a couple of hits on the Mutalisk, that's going to be very difficult for Life to engage. And +3 attack is about to finish as well for TaeJa, making it even more difficult. The Mutalisks are fighting in. They're going to start to die. They're going to lose their lives. And with TaeJa continuing to reinforce, it looks like he may be able to break this area. Life is throwing everything at it. The Thor pickup to keep it alive even longer here. TaeJa, if he just keeps on waypointing over, he's going to be able to break this location, and if he does, he can take the game!
TaeJa wins. GG, forcing the match point now. He's 1 game away from being our champion here at DreamHack Winter.